It is my privilege at this time to invite the 24th president of Quincy University, Dr. Bryant McGee, to make a very special announcement and to introduce our special guest for tonight's program.
Welcome everyone to the campus of Quincy University. You just heard I'm Brian McGee and I'm president of this wonderful institution. I'm pleased to extend greetings to you on my own behalf, of course, and on behalf of Delmer Mitchell, chair of our board of trustees, and all the trustees, some of whom are with us today, along with greetings from the Franciscan Friars of the Sacred Heart Province and from Bishop Thomas John Perprocki of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Springfield in Illinois. Now, you might be under a tent today, but you are in Friars Field, just steps from some of the oldest buildings on our campus. Here, generations of Hawks have lived, studied, worked, played, and worshiped. On these grounds, Father Augustus Tolton took his first steps toward priesthood, and we pray sainthood. Those generations of Hawks included not a few who are members of one specific family, a family whose exceptional contributions we will mark here today. We now celebrate the accomplishment of that family's generations, accomplishments centered here in Quincy and the tri-state region, accomplishments in which Quincy College and Quincy University played a part. Those are the accomplishments of what are now the 7 generations of the Oakley family. Behind me are arrayed the 4 most recent generations of a family that has grown and thrived in the rich soil of Western Illinois and of the tri-state region. These daughters and sons of Quincy have made a difference in every corner of our larger region and nationally, as they have worked to inform us, educate us, uplift us, and inspire us. Today, this philanthropically inclined family has focused its collective energy, generosity, and hopes for the future on Quincy University. Now, QU has been as much home to the Oakley family as any place or institution in Quincy. QU has been a place where Oakleys have learned, have grown in their faith, have married, and have served both God and community. And while the Oakley family is already led by example with generous philanthropic support of Quincy University, today they are making a bold statement not only about their commitment to this region and community. Today they are imagining the bold and bright future they want for the tri-state region, a future that begins with exceptional opportunities for higher education. Father Anselm Mueller, the Franciscan friar who served 37 years as our 3rd and 5th presidents, was still in his first term in office when the Oakleys arrived in Quincy 130 years ago. Now, as QU's 24th president, I have the privilege of announcing the latest way in which the Oakleys are making a profound difference. Today, members of multiple generations and several branches of the Oakley family have collectively pledged to make a gift to Quincy University of $6.5 million. It will not surprise any of you to know this is the largest single gift in the long and distinguished history of this university. This gift is designed to do many things. It is designed to make the quality of a university education accessible by providing scholarships for Quincy University's future undergraduate and graduate students. It is designed to create opportunities for even greater faculty and staff excellence through faculty support and staff support and development. It is designed to provide enhanced facilities for teaching, mentoring, and learning, with a focus in this case on business education. And it is designed to inspire further acts of philanthropy in support of QU and this community, which the Oakleys so obviously love. While many of the Oakleys have studied the whole of the liberal arts and several of the professions at QU, The largest number of the Oakleys who have attended this university have found their passion in the study of business and accounting. And it is the Oakley's collective business acumen as a family that has made the current gift possible. With their business success in mind and in recognition of today's gift and the generations through which their family gave of their time, talent, and treasure, today Quincy University recognizes their family by permanently renaming our highly regarded School of Business. Beginning today, the Quincy University School of Business will become the Oakley School of Business. Thanks to this great gift, QU joins the elite ranks of institutions housing named business schools. Ask our business faculty, folks, it's a big deal. Our gratitude for the Oakley family and for their belief in the power and impact of philanthropy cannot be overstated. Gratitude is a fundamentally Franciscan way of viewing the world. To all the Oakleys here today, thank you, and may God bless your vision for the future of this great university. Because of this gift, future students will have a chance to excel as professionals. More future students will experience truly cutting-edge instruction. Future students will become the first in their families to earn college degrees, and they will have that opportunity to do so with the extraordinary advantage afforded by access to a Catholic and Franciscan education. Today, we see ever more clearly a future where QU produces even more entrepreneurs and innovators, ever more exceptional managers and leaders, and ever more compassionate and faith-filled men and women like Father told me. We're going to turn now to an inspiring video message about this family and this gift. As we do so, you now know why today is a particularly great day to be a Hawk. Thank you so much.
We have our own media center, and we are the media hub for this region, just like we are for banking and retail and medical and so many other things. But that's where folks get their information. And when it comes to philanthropy, and we always look at us as a region, you have to first be able to communicate what the need is, to touch that person's heart, to make the gift, and then you have to have the leadership to begin the process, not only with that first gift, but to actually go out and do the solicitations. And I have seen the Oakleys lead this up, whether it was community chest, which Tom Oakley was involved in before we had United Way, bringing the wonderful United Way program to Quincy and all the agencies that's benefited over the years. Everything we do, I've been involved in the Salvation Army campaign for many years with my family. Without WGEM and the Quincy Herald-Whig, that campaign is significantly diminished, just like Fall Harvest and all the other stuff that they do for people in need in our community. But we have a wonderful community foundation here now. And as I recall, I know my dad was an original board member of that, but it was really Ralph Oakley who brought that idea back from Indiana. And look what that's become.
To learn a bit about the Oakley family leadership and vision, you need to go back to 1891. Ray M. Oakley, his uncle Charles Miller, and his father, Aaron Burr Oakley, moved to Quincy to participate in ownership and operation of the Quincy Herald, thus becoming the first and second generation of the family working in what would ultimately become Quincy Media. The Herald's principal competition, the Quincy Whig Journal, was owned by the Lindsay family. After operating as fierce competitors for several years, the two families joined forces in 1926, creating a long-lasting partnership, with the newspaper becoming the Quincy Herald-Whig and the company becoming Quincy Newspapers Incorporated. 20 years later, and still a fledgling company, it became a pioneer in broadcasting under the leadership of Thomas C. Oakley, Ray's youngest son and a third-generation member of the family. The company began its expansion into broadcasting in the 1940s with the first FM commercial radio station in Quincy. the company acquired WGEM AM in 1948. On September 4th, 1953, Q&I brought television to the tri-state area with WGEM TV. Thomas A. Oakley joined the company full-time in the mid-1950s and became president and CEO in 1969. He represents the fourth generation of the family to work in the company and worked closely with his brothers, Tony and David, both of whom played pivotal roles in senior management and on the company's board. In 2009, fifth-generation member Ralph Oakley became president CEO, working alongside his sister, several cousins, and sixth-generation family members as the company grew to serve 16 television markets, also operating 2 radio stations and 2 newspapers. Through personal example and business leadership, the family has a long and distinguished history of supporting the institutions and social service organizations that are critical to the region's quality of life and success. Certainly, economic development and transportation are hallmarks of that work.
Transportation, I believe, is the key for all economic development. So when I got back to Quincy full-time after the Air Force, I realized that the lack of transportation for our industry and for our people was a key goal. We built the Chicago-Kansas City Expressway. I started that in 1958, and we finished it in Illinois in 2008. We finished it in Missouri in 2010. We got the Central Illinois Expressway, which is I-72, from Springfield to the river, which was a major avenue of commerce, and we opened that in 1991. In the meantime, we built St. Paul to St. Louis, which is the Avenue of the Saints. So we have 3 major corridors across the Midwest.
The family consistently was involved in leadership, fundraising, and development of institutions that made a difference to the quality of life in Quincy and throughout the region. Over several generations, they led the charge on numerous projects, including conversion of the community chest into the United Way, were the driving force in building the Oakley Lindsay Center, and created the Community Foundation.
We had great examples in our parents, but also our grandparents and aunts and uncles and cousins. But our parents in particular have been great beacons for us, for Peter and me. We watched them for over 50 years be volunteers in our community to help create organizations to serve those who are in need.
Even with involvement in all facets of the community, Quincy University has always been at the core of the Oakley's focus on community involvement and public service. From service on the board, leading fundraising campaigns, providing the Oakley Family Scholarship, teaching, and other connections, the family has been a key partner to the school because of its importance to the community.
It touches every aspect of life in this community. We are very blessed to have great industries, a great hospital, great medical facilities, and they are all hugely important to our region. Quincy University, however, touches every aspect I can think of. First of all, it's education, followed by being a major employer, followed by religious application, a cultural application with the arts, with athletics. So there's almost not a part of life that Quincy University does not touch in this region, and I think that's why it's so important.
The company and family made a significant contribution to the Health and Fitness Center, as well as a few years ago, providing the funding for building a state-of-the-art communications and media center on North Campus. The Broadcast Center is an important tool, providing students hands-on experience before entering broadcast careers.
To be able to work every day in an industry standard control room and studio and anchor desk is so impactful for the program and also the students. Students will carry the lessons learned inside of this facility through their first job, second job, and throughout their whole career. And it's so exciting to be able to facilitate that type of learning and that type of real-world experience.
But the connection to QU has also been very personal. Several family members have attended and graduated from the university, as family members have looked for spiritual guidance as they follow the Franciscan traditions of charity and service.
You know, I'm part of the 3 generations of family that attended QU and have seen success after our lives at QU. You know, my dad was young, married, had a family, and got his degree at QU and was really successful. You know, 20 years later, I was young, had a family, and I got my accounting degree and finance background at QU. Years later, my daughter, Anna, finished her college degree in communications and was successful at QU and has a wonderful job now. So Mom reflected that Father Leo Lechtenberg and Father Roger Lechtenberg, two of her uncles, had been Franciscans, actually taught at QU. And that was a very meaningful piece of the overall puzzle when we decide to make this major gift.
You know, QU to me is another home for the Oakley family. And the QU chapel in particular is important to us. Both my parents and my brother Peter and his wife Judy, who's also a QU grad, along with my mother, were married there. And so my mother during her college years, because the Franciscans had a spiritual renewal and converted to Catholicism. So QU has meant a lot personally to our family, and it's really another home for us.
Like other members of our family, I am a graduate of Quincy University, as are my daughter and son-in-law. As a family and as a business, we were successful much because of what we learned at Quincy University. And because of the success we had in business, as a result of what we've learned, we were able to give back and have QU continue its mission in the Franciscan tradition.
For 130 years, the Oakley family has invested in Quincy and the surrounding region, personally, as well as through ownership and operation of Quincy Media. While the Quincy Media chapter has ended, the family looks forward to continuing its support and involvement for many years to come.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being here. I'd like to recognize a couple of people before I make some very brief remarks. First of all, Jim Lawrence. Jim Lawrence is the guy who put this together. Thank you very much. Jim spent almost 50 years at WGEM making magic, and now he's making his magic for Quincy University. So Jim, thank you. And I haven't seen her, and I don't know if she's here today, but I also want to recognize Lee Lindsay. Lee is a wonderful person who's been incredibly generous to this community. And our families, the Oakleys and Lindsays, have been great friends and partners for almost 100 years, and certainly want to recognize that. This is a great day for Quincy University, and I hope you're as excited about today's gift announcement as we are. This gift represents 7 generations of our family who've called Quincy home, and as Brian pointed out, there are 4 of them up here on the stage, and this is truly a family gift. On this stage are parents and grandparents, and I think we got a couple of great-grandparents here. Okay, I thought we did. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Well, no, we got a couple. We got a couple, and one who wants to be soon, I got a feeling, so don't be in any hurry for that. We have moms and dads, we have sisters and brothers, children and grandchildren, cousins, nieces, and nephews. But also in this same group, you have QU graduates, you have volunteers, you have guest lecturers, you have donors, you have members of the board, and many people who've been connected to QU in so many ways. So, as we close, my family wants to thank you for being here today, and let us all celebrate together. The gift is also thanks to the entire Quincy region for the support they have given our family and our company for many, many years, and a very specific thanks to Quincy University. For all that the university has done for this region and what it's meant to this region and the Oakley family. And to close it out, somewhat similar to you, if you two could come up here for just 1 second. Now, we worked on this, Liam. Are you ready? Go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you all very much.